So hey guys, I hope the video is not too light because there's so much light here. Yeah, I hope it's good. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Millie, and if you're my returning subscriber, hello. I just found out, guys, like 80% of you who are following me are women, and it's women between the age of 30 and I think 50. So I think I'll continue doing these videos on my channel. And I think on my channel I don't want to restrict myself to doing the specific videos. So on this channel we're just going to be talking about the things we like. All right, so in today's video I'm going to be talking about the things I'm not going to be doing in my late 40s. Next year I'm turning 50. Yes, start saving up for buying me a gift. I'm turning 50, and could people please stop asking me if I color my hair? I don't color my hair is natural. So anyways, the things I'm not going to be doing in my late 40s, soon a lady in her 50s, caring about what other people think. I think when I was younger I used to really care about what people thought of me, and I think like this actually stopped me from doing things I wanted to do. I was always like in my head I constantly was worried about what people thought of me. Even like if I walked out in a crowd of people, if I walked into a room of people, even if I was going to a doctor and I was sitting like two people in that room, I'll be like so worried. I was be so nervous because of what people are going to think about me. But I think stopping thinking about what people think of you comes with age. I think the older we get, the more we are not bothered about many things. And I think this is one of the things, because I think there are a few things in my life that will cause other people to be so worried about what people think of them. One of them is, for example, like me and Jan, we are in an interracial relationship. I know like as many people who are in this kind of relationship, but I think some people are bothered by that, like what will people think. I also think like especially people from African descent, like their families, they might be against that and all that. But yeah, I'm never worried about that, and I did what I want, and yeah, I don't mind that. Because people are going to be looking at you, you're attracting all this attention when you're in an interracial relationship. So if you worry about what people think, this is going to be a problem. Another thing is like we're in an age gap relationship, that also is something to cause people to talk, so if you're that kind of person who worry about what people think, you cannot do that. And I think worrying about what people think causes a lot of people to lose out on chances, to lose out on relationships, because to lose out on things like, for example, being on YouTube. I know a lot of people who want to be on YouTube and they're so afraid what their work will say. They're so afraid what the neighbors will say. I don't care. I do my thing, If you want to talk about me, they're gonna talk about me no matter what I do. People are going to talk about me, and yeah, that's their business. People talking about me is not my business. It's their business. They can do whatever they want, It's not gonna be bothering me. So I think you hear a lot of people saying like, 10 years I've been wanting to start a YouTube, but I've been wanting to do this, but I'm afraid of what people think. Girl, get up and do whatever you want to do. And if you're in my age, and you want to start a YouTube, start, because you have so much wisdom, sister. You have so much wisdom. Go start and give your wisdom to other people. Stop worrying, like learn how to speak on by yourself, and just go do it. All right. Second thing is like stressing about my appearance. Yeah, people might say, but Millie, you wear makeup, and you do your hair and everything. Yeah, just because I'm getting old doesn't mean I should not take care of myself. But I don't stress about my appearance as I used to when I was in my 20s. If I had to go to the supermarket, or if we were going to the city for just lunch, or if we're going somewhere for weekend getaway, I had to wear makeup. Going on a plane, I had to wear makeup, I had to wear makeup. Like the Danish summer, sometimes it gets like so hot, and humid. And then I would put on makeup, and then I would wear my glasses, and then it will leave this. I was wearing makeup. Even like I think I stopped wearing makeup at work. Maybe it's just it's some years now, maybe 2 years. And suddenly I was like, I'm done wearing makeup, you know. So I used to wake up at 5 to wear makeup, but it wasn't because I have good skin, but it was kind of a routine I did. But I realized how much waste it was, and yeah, I'm not bothered by that. So like I used to wear high heels, you know, like all the time, like going in Copenhagen, we're going to be walking on the walking street, I'll be in high heels. And ladies, my young followers, if you're in your 20s, everything you do in your 20s now is going to come back and bite you in your back when you're at my age, because all these high heels I used to wear, like, oh, my knees, and but I still love wearing high heels, but I'm not going to wear them and then be like going for these long walks. Yes. So and you can see I stopped coloring my hair, because I think some people, like, they color, some people color their hair because they want to, but also some people, they color their hair because they're afraid of looking old. Yes, there are some people who are coloring their hair because they're afraid of looking old. No, I'm done with that. The only issue with me, people think I color my hair now. People think I'm not old. I'm just trying to I don't know if people think I'm trying to look old. Who would want to color their hair gray? I don't get it. Like, color your hair to look old makes no sense. Yes. Something else is drinking alcohol. If you've been following me, you know I stopped drinking alcohol. I think, is it 2 years or what? I stopped on Valentine's Day. I think it can be. I think Valentine's last year I stopped. So yeah, it's a year now I stopped drinking alcohol. But once in a while I take a glass of wine. But at my age right now, there's so many things that happening into our body, menopause and all that, and I think sometimes we tend to blame the menopause on everything. But I think sometimes it's just like, yes, the menopause is there and the hormone changes are there, but I think we cannot live our life like the way we lived it when we were in our 20s. I cannot eat the same way. I cannot move the same way. I need to move more. I need to lift more, you know. I need to think of what I eat. I cannot just be drinking all night and then get up and go to work. So I need to change my life. You know, the menopause symptoms and all the hormone balance, they are there, but I think we also need to do something. So I stopped drinking alcohol, and the best decision I've ever made, because I feel much better. I feel so much better. Like, there were so many things happening in my body, my joints, my feeling tired and all that. I feel like something happened in my body. I can't even put words to it, but I know it had something to do with me stopping drinking alcohol. So if you can drop the alcohol, do it, sister. It will be good for you. Yes. Another thing is like pleasing people. I don't know, like yeah, I think maybe also when I was younger, you know, when you're younger you want to please people, I think. But even people in my age are still trying to please people. You know, see people staying in bad relationships, or you see people saying crazy things like, oh, he hasn't called me for a week and he has this and this, and you know, like, yeah, and I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do this thing for him, so maybe, I don't know, like, why he can love you more. Yeah, so no pleasing people for me. And I remember, like, at our wedding, people are like, oh, aren't you inviting this, aren't you inviting this and that? No, I'm not just inviting people to please them. I'm going to invite people because I want them to be there. I only invited people to my wedding that means something to me, you know. Another example is like you're dating. If you're dating, you know, and you go on a date, and this person, like maybe it's a second date. Some men are crazy. Even on the first day, they might try to kiss you, you know, and some people might even kiss back just because they're like, oh, maybe if I kiss him back, like give him what he wants, he might go on another date with me, or he might even like me, you know. If you're young, don't do that, you know. Don't let people cross your boundaries if you don't want, you know. If you first or second, even fourth date, even fifth date, you know, even if you have been going out for 2 months, if you don't feel like kissing already, don't do it, you know. Wait until you feel you're ready, but don't do it to please the other person. Yeah. Or saying yes to activities you don't want to. If people invite you to party, or if people are inviting you to go to activities that you don't want to go to, or they don't resonate with your values and stuff, say no. Don't just go because you want to please a person because it's your friend. At the end of the day, you're going to be feeling terrible when you're done, when you come back home, you know. So don't do that. Another thing is neglecting my health. I think when you're young, you like think, yeah, your life is untouchable, you know. But life when age come creeping on you, you know, you start realizing how, like, wow, it's important to take care of yourself, you know. So I don't ignore my health. If I feel something is wrong, if I feel like my gut is not working as it is, I go to the doctor. And some doctors, actually, they don't listen. Here in Denmark, you have like 15 minutes when you go to the doctor. You have only 15 minutes, and you can only talk about what you came with. You cannot come and say, like, I have been having pain in my throat, and then you start saying, oh, I also have pain in my back, or I also have pain in my... No, if you come, you can only talk about your throat. If you want to talk about your arm and your leg, you have to make a new appointment. You cannot talk about that. They only have 15 minutes. So me, if I feel something wrong, I'm a nurse, I always try to do my own research, and I have everything. These are the symptoms I have, and these are the diseases that could be, and I think maybe this might be this, because sometimes the doctors here, they ask, what do you think yourself? So I don't ignore my health. I'm trying to walk, at least I'm trying to walk 4 times a week. It's not going so well, but I'm trying. It's been raining. Yeah, that's an excuse, you know. In Denmark, they say there's no bad weather, it's a bad dressing. So yeah, so I'm really I'm taking my vitamins. I'm really taking care of myself, and I'm thinking, like, wow, imagine how it happened when you get older, then you want to do all these things. It's better you start at a younger age, you know. If I could tell my younger 20-year-old, I would say, start now, start working, I'll start going for walks in the nature, start stretching your body, start doing some lifting, you know. Look at your body and find out what's best for person in your 20s, how to work out and keep your body active. Your body is your temple, they say that. And if you don't have your body, what do you have? You know, we sometimes focus on the wrong thing, like how we look and the vacations we are going and this and that, and we put so little effort in our body, you know. So I'm not ignoring my health, and I'm encouraging Yan not to do that. I'm also encouraging you, especially if you're in my age. Don't sit there and be complaining about the what is it called, the menopause. You know, the menopause is there and it's not going to go away, but try to find out things that work for you. Yes, engaging in toxic relationships. Yeah, I have had those. I've had those kind of relationships. I've had one which was really, really bad, and I think I stretched it too long, you know, because I'm always that kind of person. I give it a chance. Jan always says, no, Millie, you're impatient, you know. I'm like, Jan, I don't have time. I am too old for being in this kind of relationship. If somebody is giving me these bad vibes, I'm out of here. I don't have time for that. So I I cut a friend out of my life, but I had given her so many chances. This lady was so toxic. If my kids had birthday, she would say, I'm going to come. She never showed up. She never called to let me know. She loved talking about herself. Everything was about herself. If you say, like, oh, I bought a car. Oh, maybe I got this. She'll be, oh, me too. And then she would start talking about her. You never got a chance to say anything you wanted to say. So I got tired of that, and now I don't give like too much time. If I sense you are toxic, then no, we're not going to go there. I think I rather have one good friend than have many friends and who are with issues and toxic, you know. People want to just talk about themselves. People who you feel like the relationship is a one-way thing. It's always about you taking the initiative, you know, like it's always about you saying, oh, can we do this something together? I'd rather not have friends. I'd rather not have friends than have this kind of friendship. So get out of this toxic friendship, you know, like don't be with somebody who putting you in trouble, somebody who putting you in dangerous situation. You go with your friend in town and then she gets so drunk and then you have to help her home, and if they keep on doing this, they should stop drinking, you know. Somebody who wants to fight and stuff like that, especially at our age. I mean, do we have time for that kind of stuff? No. Also, like I have to have learned not setting boundaries. You need to set boundaries. I have learned how to set boundaries, but when I was younger, like I get that thing with that lady who told me that by the time I will be a nurse, I'll be a pension. I should have set my boundaries. I should have told her off, but at that time I did not have enough self-confidence, I think. And I think people can read that on you. People can read that on you when you don't have confidence. They can sense it, you know. But right now, I set boundaries. I don't like to fight. So I said, if I can feel like you're that kind of person, like even some of my friends, if I can feel like, oh, we are discussing and you're like, even family members, you know, like I want to set boundaries. I don't want to go there. I want my peace. If you're going to try to fight with me, if you don't want to argue with me things that are not necessary, if you're going to talk down on me, and if you're saying things you think things like in a joking way that not good, I'm going to cut you out. Yan and I already cut somebody out of our life. Somebody, a family member of Yan's, say the N word. Yes, he said the N word, and we actually tried to correct the person. We said we don't like that word. Please don't use that word. And the person was saying no. I have to use this word because I've always been using this word in my life, so I have to use this word. I don't want people. He said that people cannot come in our country. People cannot come in my country and change the words that were there before. And I was like, wow, okay. So when I have my friends over with their maybe Danish husbands who don't use this word, and I have my friends who are African, so you're going to use that word, which you know that might upset a lot of people, and you can't. Struggles of a content creator, guys. My new camera, this expensive camera, just hit it on me, so now I'm on this Osmo. Yes, and I was saying like we told this guy this didn't make us happy, him using the N word, and he said he could not stop using the N word, and yeah. Which then Jan told him like, but if you cannot stop using that word when you're with us, then we cannot be a family. And said, yeah, it was up to us. It was up to us. He could not stop using that word, and we decided to let him go. So you have to set boundaries. I cannot have somebody using the N word when I know I don't like the word. It makes me feel so bad. It makes my children feel so bad. My friends don't like that word, and I have this person who is willing not to use that word not around us. He can use the word in his home, but we just ask him not to use the word around us. Yes, and ignoring red flags. I think at our age we should be able to sense the red flags, but I still see a lot of grown-up people like ignoring the red flags. You know, the red flags are always there, guys. If your heart is telling you something, if your gut feeling is telling you something, believe it. You know, if you feel like something is wrong, God always sends us a sign, I guess, if I can say that. We always feel when something is not right, but sometimes we just ignore it, and sometimes we make excuses. Sometimes we were like, maybe it's this, maybe it's just that, this and that. You know, we always trying to make excuses. If you feel like something is not right, believe it, you know, and get out of it, and don't ignore the red flags. For me, I can smell them from right away, and I feel like people in our age, we should have learned a lesson. You know, like if you're at my age and you haven't learned any lesson in this life, then there's a big problem. So I think we should at this age of ours be able to tell when the red flags are there. So I mean, like the thing I said, like if you're going on a date with somebody and then it's just your second date and then they're trying to kiss you, like that's a big red flag. You should not be going out with this person again unless they really apologize and say maybe, again, that's the thing. If they, I'm sorry, I was drunk, then you're making excuse for this person. If somebody like yells at you, you know, like if you have not yet become so serious and they raise their voice or they push you, you know, that's a red flag. Don't ignore that and then go along and get in the relationship with this person. You know, yeah, as even if like people in my age in the 50s and 60s, they will be still dating, and if you go with somebody who hasn't learned manners and they're yelling at you, you're a grown-up person to know like this is wrong, and don't ignore the red flags. So I sometimes maybe I'm wrong, but if the red flags are there, I'm not going to wait to find out if I'm wrong or right. I just say, okay, I might be wrong, but I'm out of here. Yes, chasing trends, guys. I don't think I was such a trend chaser, but I used to go with some trends. But at my age, I stopped. I think I stopped a long time ago chasing trends. I buy the things I like, and I think I found my style. I think my style is a mixture of European and African. I love the big bangles. I'm not wearing my bangle. I like the big bangles. I like the big earrings. I like. I like the African touch mixed with the European style. But this trend, you know, like just because something is on a trend doesn't mean it looks good on you, and especially at our age, you know, like following trends also, like it costly, you know. I don't know how many shoes and clothes are thrown out, like because they were not trendy anymore. If you wore them, you would look silly, you know. You buy something and it's all trendy at that point, and then 2 years later, if you wear it, you're going to look like, yeah, people are going to look at you like crazy, and you probably gave a lot of money for that. So at my age, I think we should know better. I think at least I should know better. And yeah, I buy things I like. I think I'm buying classic and good quality things, few of them, you know. I don't feel like the urge to have 100 pair of shoes. I don't feel the urge to have like 10 bags, you know. I have many bags, but these are bags I've had for many years, and I'm trying to get rid of some of my things, trying to get rid of some of my bags and shoes. So I just have just few things that I like, you know. I'm trying to get rid of things. I'm not going to be that kind of person who is a minimalistic. It's not me, and I don't believe in these minimalistic things. But yes, I want to have a minimal wardrobe, you know, and have only the things like make sense for me. I think also at our age, it's good to try to minimize the things, you know. Having a lot of stuff, like, it gives me stress, you know. I feel like I've opened my wardrobe, there's so many clothes, there's so many shoes. I just want something minimal, and yeah. So also not following trends means when I buy something I like with good quality, I'm going able to keep it for a long time. And also think of, like, if I buy something, how many ways can I wear it? I'm not going to buy like a dress that I can only wear. It's just like my wedding day, you know. I decided to go for a very simple dress. There is no trends for weddings, I think, anyway. I think people buy what they want, but I wanted something simple, because also knowing, like, okay, at my age, my daughter is grown up, and maybe when she have a daughter, maybe she's not going to be wearing the same thing. So I just got something that I could also be able to maybe sell, or if I was not able to sell it, it will not hurt my bank account, all right? Yes. So I think this was I think the other thing I was going to talk about, not sweating this small stuff, you know. There's a lady, I think she's called Robinson or something, I can't remember her name. And another lady, I can't remember her name. They talk about this thing called let them, you know. I think I've learned to use that word, let them, you know. If people want to talk about me, let them. If somebody wants to cut me in the line, I'll let them, you know. I am not going to start fighting with them. I might say them, sir, I'm standing here, but I'm not going to I want my peace, you know. I think some people are like, no, I'm not going to let somebody to do. Yes, we need to make boundaries. We need to set boundaries. But I'm setting boundaries, but also I want to keep my peace. So there's some things I'm not going to be fighting about. I'm going to be sweating the small stuff, you know. Some things I'm just going to ignore and let them. Let people do what they want to do. I just want my peace. Alright guys, I hope this video is not going to look weird because it's being filmed on 2 different cameras. I hope you enjoy the video, and like I said, I have people following me. 80% of you are ladies, and I know some of you are in my age, and yeah, I hope you guys will like this kind of videos, because like I said, I'm going to, on this channel, I'm going to do the things I like. Slow life, you know, life in Denmark, garden, home, and everything. I'm just going to talk about everything, and the channel may not grow as I want it to grow because of that. Let it be. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos like this. Love you. Bye.